Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Valerie and today I will be reading for you another story written by me. This story in particular is from the male point of view. Unlike the other previous stories, which have a woman as a main character. If you like this story, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, as well as share. Thank you very much for listening. And if you want to find out what happens next, I will leave the link to my substack below so you can see the rest of the story. A little disclaimer: this story I am about to read was heavily edited for YouTube, so at the beginning it might vary, but it is the same story and it follows the same timeline. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story is called Karma for Your Thoughts by Valerie Morgaine. It was Saturday morning and my mistress told me that she wanted to see me. I usually worked on Saturdays, but I postponed the project until Monday so that I could go see her. I never really knew how long I would be with her. Sometimes we would play for hours. Other times it would only be a short time spent in companionship. But she never told me beforehand. I only found out what we were doing when I got there. I went about my day to get ready, but didn't rush as it was only a 10-minute walk from my home. On the way, I stopped at the supermarket where I saw this couple that I often saw around the village. The woman was big and the guy was small and skinny. His appearance and mannerisms told me that he was definitely gay. In my head, I made fun of them. As I was staring at them, the woman looked up and gave me a dirty look, as if she knew I was making fun of them. I had to hold myself from laughing at her, but I felt my body start to betray me. Thankfully, the checkout lady snapped me out of it. "Next, boy, boy," she called me, exasperated. "Sorry, miss," I said, as I handed her the sweets and drink that I had taken. You youngsters, always in your own world, without a care about others. Very selfish and arrogant, if I say so myself, the lady scolded as she passed the food over the scanner. I rolled my eyes at her while she wasn't looking. I was not a youngster. I was 20 years old. Who was she to talk like that? I pitied the man who had married this grouchy woman. Once I had paid for my things, I headed on my way to my mistress's house. As I walked out, the couple I had been staring at earlier was standing by the door, having also just checked out. They were such a mismatched couple that I couldn't help but think that the only reason she hung around him was because nobody would want to be with her. The walk to my mistress's house felt both long and short. I had no idea what awaited me, but I could already feel starting to get excited. I walked into the back door as I always did and was greeted by her, She didn't waste any time though and gave her orders. The cuffs were cold on my wrists and my back, but I was elated. Stripping me right off the bat meant that Miss was excited too. I knew something good was coming. She led me to the bedroom upstairs, where I stood in front of a window while she got everything ready. I wasn't allowed to look around the room or at her, only out of the window. I noticed a few people pass by, but to my relief, nobody looked up. After a few minutes, I heard Miss walk up behind me. I saw and felt her hand snake around my body, and I jumped a little when she grabbed me. Her hands were warm against my skin, so it wasn't hard for her to get me excited, even in front of a big window like this one. As she did her work, I noticed an old couple walk by and began feeling vulnerable. My heart beat 100 miles per hour at the thought that they would suddenly look up and see me in all of my glory. Thankfully, they walked by without having seen me. Miss stopped suddenly, then led me to be secured and strapped. "Wait here, I have a surprise for you," she said. I nodded and watched her walk out of the room. I heard some voices coming from downstairs as I was waiting. I was getting more and more excited. Would this be a group session? After a few more minutes, I heard more than one pair of steps coming up the stairs. My mistress finally emerged, and I smiled until I saw who was behind her. It was the couple from the supermarket. If you liked this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to learn what happens next, the link to my substack is down below. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.